Hello everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to start with another interesting topic in light, reflection and refraction, that is sign convention. So this is one of the important topics in this chapter. So before learning this chapter, make sure that you're thorough with ray diagrams, object position, image position, real image, virtual image. So all these cases must be thoroughly learned before you start with this module. So let's begin. So you must have already learned about Cartesian coordinate system in your lower grades. Okay, Cartesian coordinates, you have x dash, y and y dash, and the intersection of x and y axis is called origin. So you're familiar with this Cartesian coordinates, and we know that to the right of origin is taken as positive, to the left is negative, above this origin is positive, and below this origin is negative. So this is what we are going to apply when we learn about sign convention for mirrors. Okay, we are going to learn about sign convention for mirrors today. See how it is applicable for mirrors. So I am drawing the Cartesian coordinate again. Okay, you have the axis. Now let's start with a concave mirror. So reflecting surface should face towards your left. Yes, and we know that the mirror has a pole. So the mirror has a pole P. So for mirrors, a pole is taken as the origin. So pole is our origin. This is the first point that you should remember. And second point that you should remember is all distance are measured from the origin. All distances are measured from the origin. Okay, now distances measured to the right of origin or right of pole is taken as positive, and distances measured to the left of pole is taken as negative, and distances measured above this pole or above the principal axis is taken as positive, and distances measured to the below the principal axis is taken as negative. And these are the important points that you should remember. Now the third important point that you should remember here is object is always placed in front of the reflecting surface. So your reflecting surface should face towards your left, and object is always placed on the principal axis, which is to the left of the reflecting surface, left side of your mirror or in front of your reflecting surface. Okay, now for concave mirror, we have two types of images. We have a real image and we have virtual image. So if the image formed is real, so which side of the mirror are we getting the real image? Very good. So we get left side below the axis. This is a real image. Okay, this is a real image. We always get real image in front of the reflecting surface, and it is always below the principal axis. Now what about virtual image? Virtual images are formed at the right side above. This is our virtual image. Virtual image. So we get real image in front of the mirror and virtual image behind the mirror above the axis. Real image in front of the mirror below the axis. So these are the important points: object position, image position, that is real image, and virtual image. These are the things that you should know about concave mirror. Now what about convex mirror? Now let's see for convex. I am drawing the Cartesian coordinate system again. So we know that convex has only one image, we are getting only one type of image for convex mirror, that is virtual image, and it is always formed at the right side. So object is always left side. Object should be always placed at the left side, and this meeting point is the pole, or this midpoint of the mirror is the pole. So here we have only two cases. One, you should remember about the object position. For concave mirror as well as convex mirror, object is always placed at the left side. Okay, for image also, virtual image is always at the right side. So this is virtual image and it is always at the right side. For convex mirror, we have only virtual image, but for concave mirror we have real image as well as virtual image. Now you should know at which side of the mirror we will get a real image and virtual image, and where is the object placed. Accordingly, we are going to assign a sign for each of this. Now let's move on. Yes, so here you can see one table where I have given some parameters, and I have given concave mirror and convex mirror. So here object distance, I have given object distance and it is always denoted by U. Object height is denoted by HO. Image distance is denoted by V. If it is real or virtual, that's okay, but it is always denoted by V. And image height, it can be real image and virtual image, that is HI. Okay, image is HI, object is HO. So these are the cases. Now in the previous slide, I have told you that we have to follow the Cartesian coordinate sign convention when we are giving the sign for each parameters. Now let's see object distance. Object distance in case of concave mirror as well as convex mirror. Which side of the mirror are we placing the object? Yes, object is always placed at the left side of the mirror. So what is the sign of the distance? So I have told you all distance measured from the origin, that is from the pole. So from the pole to the left, so what is the sign? Negative. What about convex? From the pole to the object, what is the sign? Negative. So what is the answer here? Both concave and convex object distance is negative. This is negative, this is also negative. Okay, so when object distance is 10 centimeter, so you can write U equal to minus 10 centimeter. What does this minus indicate? It indicates that your object is at the left side of the mirror. Now what about object height? So let's see what is object height here. This is your object, and object is placed on the principal axis and which is above the axis. So above the axis, what is the sign? Above the axis is plus. What about convex? Above the axis is plus. So it is positive. This is also positive. This is also positive. Now let's talk about image distance. So we know that we have two types of images, real and virtual. Now first case, real image. Real image distance. Distance is denoted by V. Now let's see real image. Which side we will get real image? We will get left side. Now let's see the distance. Distance means from here to here. Distance is measured from the pole to the left. So negative. What about convex? Convex doesn't have real image, so it is not applicable there. So what about image distance for concave mirror? If it is real, it is negative. Now what about convex mirror? It is not applicable because there is no real image for convex mirror. Now image distance virtual. So if the image formed is virtual, which side you will get? You will get at the right side. So what is the image distance sign? Yes, from the pole to the right. To the right is taken as positive. What about convex? Convex always forms virtual, which is also formed at the right side. So from the pole to the right, it is taken as positive. This is the distance. This is the distance. So distance is measured along the axis. Height is above or below the axis. Okay. So image distance, if it is virtual, positive for convex and positive for concave also. Both concave and convex, both are positive. Now height of the image. We have seen height of the object. Height of the object is always positive because it is above the axis. Now what about the height of the image? If it is real, where are we getting real image? Left side below the axis. So below the axis, this is the height, right? Below the axis, how we will measure? What is the sign if it is below the axis? Negative. Very good. It is negative. What about convex mirror? Exactly. It is not applicable because convex mirror doesn't form real image. So it is not applicable here. Now what about virtual image height? So both mirrors will form virtual image, and both virtual images are formed right side above the axis. So both is above, both are above. So above the axis, what is the sign? Plus. Here also above the axis, so it is plus. So in both cases, the sign is positive. This is positive. This is also positive. Okay, now let's compare and learn. Okay, for concave mirror, convex mirror, which all things are common? Object distance, object height, virtual image distance, and virtual image height. These are the four things which are common to both. Right? Object distance is always negative. So object height above the axis, positive for both. Then virtual image distance is also positive for both because it is formed at the right side. Because real images are formed only by concave mirror. So convex mirror doesn't form a real image. So there is no confusion for that. Okay, for only for real cases which is not applicable for convex mirror, rest all cases are same for both. If object distance is negative, they are also negative. Object height is positive, here also positive. Then image distance, virtual image distance is positive, here also positive. Now virtual image height is positive for concave and positive for convex. Both are same. So that's it for today. So revise the topic thoroughly to understand this concept better. So you must be thorough about the sides, right, left, up, down. These are the important things that you should keep in mind when you learn sign convention. Right side is positive, left side is negative, above the axis is positive, below the axis is negative, and the position of real image, virtual image. Real images are formed at the left side, below the axis, virtual image, right side, above the axis. These are the important points that you should keep in mind when you are learning sign convention. So we will meet again with another interesting module in our next video. So if you have any doubts or if you have any questions related to sign convention, don't hesitate to post it on the comment box. Thank you. Have a nice day.